Welcome, one. Welcome, all. It's time for another exciting episode. So hold on to your hats because it's time for
T-minus 10,
liftoff.
9, 8,
Come on,
7,
count down with me,
6,
amigos.
5, 4,
You got it.
3,
2,
1,
come on.
0.
We got
Ignition.
it. Get up there, mofo.
Liftoff.
Get up.
Liftoff. 30 minutes after the
Go on. I think we got this.
Get ready. Yes. Hold on to your hats. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hats. Get ready for the ride of your life. The show with no name time on Vaughn Radio. It's a show with no name
On Vaughn Radio.
Let's go.
Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's right, amigos. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. It's time for another exciting edition of The Show with No Name on Vaughn Radio, folks. And who knows what we're going to learn today? What exciting adventures we will go on. But I know one thing is for sure. We're going to have a blast. We're going to have a ball. I know it because I'm here with my Show with No Namers. The greatest students a teacher could ask for. And I speak on behalf of everybody at Vaughn Radio. Kyle Miller, Fitz, Rob, Andrea, Jules. Jules was blown away, totally blown away by the amazing love and support that you guys have been giving her and her program, Let's Get Random, since day one. So, amigos, don't ever change. Don't lose that magic that you have. Welcome aboard, folks. It's a pleasure and an honor to be with you here on Vaughn Radio on the Show with No Name. And don't forget about our brand new shows. Have you heard them yet? I finally got a chance to listen to them yesterday, and I was blown away. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Vaughn Radio proudly presents two brand spanking new shows. You can join Ruby every weekday on her program Speak Up from 3 to 4 p.m. Speak Up is for students who are just getting started and superstars who want to go over the basics. Let Ruby guide you through the English experience on her new program Speak Up on Vaughn Radio from 3 to 4 p.m. And Frankly Speaking, hosted by Chris. This program will be on every evening from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And in Frankly Speaking, Chris Frank will make you feel like you were at the restaurant or bar with him in a totally native conversation. Awesome. Learn English as you have fun with Frankly Speaking. So make sure you check out our two latest programs. You're going to love them. Frankly Speaking with Chris from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And Speak Up with Ruby from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. I have a feeling, I have a hunch you're going to love these new programs. Exclusively on Vaughn Radio. That's right. Don't miss them. Don't miss them, folks. They are on the air and in full swing, in pleno auge. Give them a listen And folks, now it's time for Question of the Week.
Question of the week.
All right, folks. Question of the week. As you know, every week, this is an opportunity for you guys to express yourselves. We're not doing it. We're skipping it this week, but I'm letting you guys know in advance. So this coming Friday, we have a show, but since we don't have a show on Thursday, it's a weird week. Some people aren't around on Thursday or Friday. So what I've decided to do is to do it the following week. But guess what? Nobody's participated yet. Okay, I know you still have over a week, but hey, maybe you just get it out of the way. You don't want to put it off, aplazarlo. And just a quick reminder, the question of the week, this coming week, is tell us your biggest or most embarrassing moment in English, right? A miscommunication, a screw up, una cagada, a funny anecdote where there was a weird look where somebody looked at you like, okay, right? I've had it. That's my life story, by the way. So that's question of the week. If you'd like to participate in question of the week, it's really, really simple. All you have to do is send me a 1-minute voice message. You all know how to record a voice message on your phone. You send them to your friends. Sometimes they're longer than certain podcast episodes. You know what I'm talking about. We all have those friends who send the never-ending text or the never-ending voice note. But I'm asking you to keep it simple, keep it short, keep it at around a minute, and tell us a funny anecdote where you put your foot in your mouth. Now, if you can't think of one where it happened to you, well, you can share one that happened to a friend or a family member. So I urge you all to participate in the question of the week. Once you have your audio note, you're sure it sounds great, you feel confident about what you said and how you said it, you can send it to my email address. It's Alonso, sin guión, sin barra, sin nada. So it's Alonso @grupovon.com. And I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you. I'm telling you, guys, you've done a wonderful job in this section. All right, well, let's see how you do in today's pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Come on.
Pop quiz.
If you're not warmed up yet, here's your chance. Pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Yeah. Pop quiz. Yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. That's right, folks. That's right. This is your pop quiz for today, and it's coming out of one of our materials at the Von Tienda. If you haven't stopped by the Von Tienda, do it. It's vontienda.com. vontienda.com, or you can stop by in person. We'd love to meet you. We've got tons of materials. We've got full collections. If you're a great gift idea for the holidays, the Disney Kids Collection. I can tell you right now, I can vouch for this collection. Poned la mano en el fuego. A voucher es un vale. So si quitamos el ER, I can vouch for it. My daughter loves it. And it's not just because Ximena and Carmen and people I know and love worked on this. It's because it's amazing. And it's not only because my voice is in the project, as well as many other people, many other talented voices. And many people at Disney as well. You can get the whole collection. Great, great gift idea for kids. And for those parents who are a little bit nervous, they're like, yeah, but man, English, I don't speak English. You know, I really don't. Cero patatero, you know? Well, don't worry, it comes in Spanish too. So it's a great collection. That's just one of the many things that you can get at the Vaughn Tienda. If you're looking for courses, stop by our website. It's grupovaughn.com. Grupovaughn.com. We've got all kinds of courses for all different budgets, all different student profiles. Give us a call if you want. Stop by. Drop us a line on social media. And we'll give you a free level test, give you a free analysis. And even if you don't sign up for a course, aunque no te apuntes al final, no worries. Hey, look at it like you got an evaluation. It's always nice to get evaluated. The phone number for you traditionalists out there, 911-385831. The website, grupovaughn.com. The bookshop, vaughntienda.com. And again, if you live in one of the cities where we are located, please stop by. We would really love to meet you. I know I can say that on behalf of all of us. All right. So this is coming right out of Natural English. Natural English is Tu Guía Definitiva del Inglés Natural. And as with all our different resources, they come with audio. So this has got tons of audio. British English, American English, Australian English. And it deals with all kinds of situations. When talking about death, when talking about injustice, when you've lost something, disagreeing with someone, friendships. What else have we got here? When talking about success, when something is easy, pan comido, this kind of things, when things are unprofessional. So it's great because it gives you some idiomatic expressions that you can use for almost any situation. So we're going to listen to an audio right now. This is an audio clip from Natural English. If you have the book, awesome. Give yourself a pat on the back. This is chapter 30, capítulo 30, and it's page 70. So if you have the book, you can follow along. Again, the book is Natural English, Tu Guía Definitiva del Inglés Natural, all different English for all different situations, and it comes with tons of audio. Let's listen to some of that audio now, and then I'll tell you what your objective is.
Chapter 30, when you're feeling crazy.
Cuando te sientes loco. 4 key expressions.
As mad as a hatter. As mad as a box of frogs.
Como una cabra.
To go bananas. To go nuts.
Volverse loco.
To have a screw loose.
Faltarle un tornillo a alguien.
To be out of your mind. To go out of your mind.
Estar loco. Estar fuera de sí.
More useful English. Phrasal verb. To freak out.
Asustarse.
Set phrases. Just so you know.
Solo para que sepas.
No small feat.
Es una verdadera hazaña.
On second thoughts.
Pensándolo bien.
Vocabulary. Well aware.
Plenamente consciente.
The off button.
El botón de apagado.
Pronunciation.
Japonés se dice
Japanese.
The coast is clear.
What do you mean?
I mean, they can't hear us. We can talk now.
Who can't hear us? What are you talking about?
I know it may sound nuts, but the toilets.
The toilets can hear us. Okay, you're losing your marbles. It's official. You're as mad as a box of frogs.
No need to freak out. But just so you know, the toilets here in Japan can talk.
Okay, as I said, you're going bananas. Someone give me back my husband. This guy is off his rocker.
No, I'm well aware that I sound like I got a screw loose, but it's true. I'd seen an article on it, and then I checked the hotel room toilet, and voila, it spoke to me. To be honest, I don't know why anyone in their right mind would want their toilet to talk to them. So I managed to locate the off button. No small feat considering it's all in Japanese. Anyway, we're safe now, huh? You can thank me when you go to the toilet in peace.
Right. Thanks. On second thoughts, I think I might quite actually like my toilet to talk to me.
And you said I'm the one that's out of my mind?
Great job to Richard and Ximena. It's amazing acting over there. Wonderful job, folks. All right, well, now, what do you have to do? Well, I hope first that you got all the amazing vocabulary that we looked at here. For example, to freak out, right? I freaked out. What does that mean? That means I got scared. To freak out, or also to get very angry. Context is everything. All right, well, we're going to review some things, but here's what you have to do. I want you guys right now to give me one of the idiomatic expressions that you heard, or perhaps one that you know that's a synonym for crazy. And use a person, nobody in our class. Make it a political figure if you'd like. All right? Or use somebody that's really crazy. You know? I can think of many. All right, so you have to tell me somebody's crazy, but you can't use the word crazy. All right, that is your pop quiz. Now, let's look at a couple other things that we looked at over here, too. One that I love, the coast is clear. Yo me acuerdo de pequeño, decía, la costa está clara. Y la gente como, ¿qué? The coast is clear. Now, I don't know. No hay moros en la costa. The coast is clear. Puedes pasar. No hay nadie. Tiene sentido en inglés, right? The coast is clear. No? Si yo estoy mirando la costa, the coast is clear. All right? Hey, you can come out of hiding. Sal ya, que estás escondido. The coast is clear. All right? No need to freak out. All right, well, to freak out, again, we said, freak out. Freak out. To freak out, to get angry, or to get scared. So, for example, spiders freak me out. Do they make me angry? No, they scare me. But when your dad finds out you destroyed his car, he's going to freak out. You know? So that's context right there. Let's see, what else have we got here? Anyone off the button? No small feet. How do you say that in Spanish? Me acuerdo de verlo en un capítulo de FYI. It's no small feet. Pues no es poca cosa lo que viene a decir, right? It's no small feat. And it's not feet, pies, it's feet, hazaña, proeza, F-E-A-T. And any other ones that, there was another one that I thought I heard here. All right, well, either way, guys, now it is in your hands. Now, this is all from the book Natural English, available at vontienda.com. All right, let's go into our virtual chat room over here. And let's see what our show with no namers are up to this morning. ¿Qué estáis tramando, amigos? All right, we've got David. David got here before me today again. David, how do you do it? You bend some rules of space and time. It's insane. Welcome, David. Born to Iron Man. Oh, acabo de usar una. I didn't say you're insane, David. Mira, sin querer. So we got Born to Iron Man, also ready to rock. Great to have you on board. As always, Born to Iron Man. There's Chris, the lovely Chris. And she says, morning, double A and mates. What's cooking, good looking? I love that one. What's cooking, good looking? Que se cuece. Guapete. There's Kubla, speaking of guapetes, and he says, good morning, enticing peers. Let's get off to a good start by saying what we mean, folks. You will see mine on the screen, and I wish I could reach your heart. A little bit of poetry to get us going. Great. Laura. Laura says, good morning, lovely show with no namers. How you doing? Doing great. Doing great, Laura, especially now that you're here in the house. There's Vero in the house. She says, morning, beautiful people around the universe. Yeah, well, guys, today's like a Friday, kind of. Even though I work on Friday, it's weird, you know. Tomorrow we can sleep in. Dormir más de la cuenta. Vero says, cero patatero equals potato zero. You could say zero, zilch, nada. Hey, así no te tienes que complicar. Pero no lo pronuncias nada. We say nada. Nada, amigo. I got nada for you. Let's see. Born to Iron Man says, Alberto, you sometimes go bananas. Sometimes? Every fucking day. I would say, yeah. I would say you frequently. Cambiaría el adverbio, born to Iron Man. Yeah, to go bananas. Speaking of, I just had a banana before the show. In fact, I got to go for some more bananas. Tengo que ir a por más. Or I'm going to go bananas. Nice double trouble there. All right, let's see. Kubla says, some people thought Albert Einstein lost his marbles when he was pictured sticking his tongue out. Nice one. Perder las canicas. I love that one. He lost his marbles. Where did he put them? To lose your marbles. Marble is also mármol, pero en este caso es canicas. Not that it makes sense there either. He lost his marbles. Yeah, imagine that. Back then, sticking your tongue out was controversial. And now people, you know, they're walking around with their private parts out. All right, let's see. Laura says, I have a friend who is as mad as a box of frogs. She always cracks me up. She's a riot. Nice. I gave you a totally native for that riot. Me parto con ella. She's a riot. Un disturbio. Yeah, también. And she always cracks me up. Now, the only thing is, Laura, and it's a real one, but I don't use it, and in my area, we don't use it. The box of frogs one. I get it, though. He's crazier than a box of frogs. Right? So, it's correct. I'm just telling you guys, in the Northeast of the United States, I haven't heard that one very often. But great job there. Lupe, there she is. Lupe says, morning, guys. Nowadays, some politicians are out of their minds. Lupe, I use that one all the time. I use it all the time. You are out of your mind, or I'm going out of my mind. I'm going out of my mind. I'm going out of my head. So we're doing just fine. Gonna do it all. The Killers, I think. And it started out with a kiss. I'm going out of my mind. She's going out of her head. Something like that, right? I know I'm not singing the rhythm right, but to go out of your mind. What are you, out of your mind? Great one, Lupe. Very native one. Chris says, sometimes I go nuts and I think about moving to another country. Guys, you are doing a wonderful job. What a great start. What a great start we are off to here on the show with no name. But we've got to take a quick pause. Really quick. When we come back, we'll look at some more synonyms of crazy. Well, nobody said bonkers. I love that one, porque era un caramelo que me encantaba. You'll go bonkers with the taste of bonkers. Mírate el anuncio durante los anuncios. You'll go bonkers with the taste of bonkers. We'll take a look at more ways to say crazy. Plus, we've got Say What sound bites, spelling bee, homophones, and so much more up ahead. So, stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name. Exclusively on Vaughn Radio. Welcome. Hope you're learning a lot. Hope you're laughing. Hope you're having a blast. As I hope you do on all our other programs, such as The Pro Bow Show with Rob Grams, Richard Vaughn Live, No Excuses with Fitz. You've also got The Lunchtime Show with Rob and Andy, Ximena Holidays Test Your English, Speak Up with Ruby, The Salad with Dave Boys. Don't forget about Drive Time with Kyle Miller, a staple, algo esencial aquí en Vaughan Radio. Kyle Miller's Drive Time, and one of our newest shows, Chris Frank's Frankly Speaking. And you can catch that every day from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. That's right. Brand new shows. And don't forget, mark your calendars. November 1st is Vaughn Radio Trivia Night. And I'm hosting, baby. That's right. Me, yours truly. I'm going to get drunk. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh, I'll have a couple beers. I don't want to get drunk. But I'm ready to party is what I mean. Party with my amigos at Vaughn Radio and my show with No Namers. So join us November 1st at Vaughn Radio Trivia Nights at Roll Madrid at 8:30. Oh, yeah. All right, folks, it's time for the Say What soundbite. Say what? What? Yeah. All right, folks. As always, grab your pens, grab your notebooks, and get ready to jot this down. I'm going to give you a famous person speaking. You're going to hear it 4 times, and you know the deal. Ya sabéis cómo van las cosas aquí. Initially, I want you to tell me what you heard, and by the end of the show, I want you to give me word for word what this person said. But at first, I just want your observations. So there's no way to be wrong. It's your opinion. But remember, try and express yourself in your best English possible. Show off. Presume this English. Here we go. This is the Say What soundbite for the first time.
It's not me they're coming out to see. It's this character that I play, and I'm very, very flattered that it's gone over as well as it has. Because certainly, like you said, no one expected that it would. But I think it's real good to know that, a year ago I was shoveling asphalt, and a year from now I could be doing it again.
All right. Whoa. Seems like the guy knows what he wants to say. Seems like he said that spiel before. Spiel is su charla, no? But the thing is, he speaks really quickly, in my opinion, but totally cool, calm, and collect. Todo bajo control. It seems. So there's an urgency in what he says, but there isn't. That's hard to do. That's a really hard thing to do. He's really chilled out, but he's not. He's intense at the same time. All right, those are just my observations. Let me give it to you a second time, and then I'd love to hear what you heard in your best English possible.
It's not me they're coming out to see. It's this character that I play, and I'm very, very flattered that it's gone over as well as it has. Because certainly, like you said, no one expected that it would. But I think it's real good to know that, a year ago I was shoveling asphalt, and a year from now I could be doing it again.
All right, there you go, folks. Let's see what you heard. Now, also, let's look at some other synonyms for crazy. We said crazy. We said nuts. We said bananas. We said as mad as a box of frogs. We also say as mad as a hatter. As mad as a hatter. To lose your marbles, to go bananas. He lost his marbles. He went mad, to go insane. We also say batty. Now that Halloween is right around the corner. Batty. ¿Qué hacen los murciélagos? They're all over the place, right? They're flapping their wings. They're bouncing off the walls, right? You are batty. Batty. Bonkers. I love that one. Bonkers. You can also say he's nutty. He went nuts. Now he's nutty. Que también es algo con sabor a fruto seco. Oh, it's nutty. Is that cashew? Lleva anacardos? Nutty. Gaga. He's gaga. Kooky. Does that one ring a bell? I'm sure it does. Ready? They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky, the Addams Family. Do-go-do-do. Demented, deranged, psycho, manic, mental, crazed, unbalanced, unhinged. A hinge on the door is la bisagra. If you're unhinged, no estás en la bisagra. Right? Wacko. De hecho, el apodo de Michael Jackson, when he held his kid over the edge of a balcony, it was Wacko Jacko. Right? Wacky. Twisted. Right? Up the wall. Not of sound mind. My grandfather's favorite, screwy. This guy's screwy. As Laura gives us another one, he has a screw loose. Excellent job. Wow. So, a lot of different ways to say that somebody is nuts. And another one. Remember I told you batty? Well, also you could say he's batshit. Eso es mierda de murciélago. Man, your cousin, I'm sorry to say it, but he's batshit. Okay? I mean, está como una cabra. We don't say somebody's like a goat, que se entiende, pero batshit. And one that I really love, off your rocker. He's off his rocker. Ya no está en su mecedora. He's off his rocker. It's a great one. And one that's a little vulgar, cover your ears, kids. He's crazier than a shithouse rat. What? Yeah, también. No me jodas. Yeah. Hombre, te enseño the good, the bad, and the ugly. No significa que tengas que usarlo. Te he dado muchas otras opciones. Crazier than a shithouse rat. Ahora, te doy el visual. In the days, the good old days before plumbing, fontanería, people had an outhouse. So they would have to go out. If you had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, imagine this. And you'd have to go outside, go to this little wood cabin, this little wooden cabin you got there, and there's a hole in the ground, and you take a dump. You do your business, right? So that's a shit house or an outhouse. So what happens? Well, that, I guess, I never had one, thankfully. It attracts rats. And those rats eat fecal matter. So I imagine rats are a little bit nuts anyway. And then if they eat fecal matter, well, whoa. Crazier than a shithouse rat. Or to be batshit. Esas son vulgares, eh? All right, well, folks, let's go on over and see what you guys have to say about today's Say What soundbite. The first person to participate is our amigo Kubla, and he says, it's an American actor discussing how good a role he played turned out, and that he's willing to do it again. All right. Nice job. Yes, definitely from the U.S. of A. Leo in the house. Leo says he is an American who is telling to love someone. Who is telling to love, no entiendo, to love someone that is not him, who is coming over to see them, but he is faking that it is him. He knows that it is very flattering to show up every year. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I got a little bit lost there, Leo. But yes, the word flattering is in there. Somebody is pretending maybe or faking. Fingiendo, they're pretending to be somebody else. All right, let's see. Chris Valrol. She says, I heard an American guy who's being interviewed. Great. He's talking about a situation that has to do with a role he played, and he'd love to do it again. So I guess he's an actor. Nailed it. You nailed it, Chris. Wonderful job. All right. Who else? Anybody else want to participate before we move on to our tough spelling bee? Tough. Duro? Yeah. Well, today we're going to look at numbers and big ones. Oh, no. Don't run away. Don't do it. Stick around. Laura. She says, I heard a young American actor saying how proud he is about having played a certain character in a movie a year ago, and how glad he would be to play it again a year from now. Great job, guys. Wonderful job. Show with no namers. All right, well, we're going to hear that another 2 times on today's show, and hopefully somebody will be able to figure it all out. But right now, it's time for Spelling Bee.
Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee.
That's right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You know it. You know it. It is definitely time for our spelling bee. And today I am going to spell some countries, and then I'm going to give you a figure, money. It's going to be money today. So it'll be, $88 million, whatever. So be ready with your dollar signs, your commas in the right place, your periods in the right place, right? Because this is really important, or else it's not correct. So good luck today. I've got to be honest, today's is a little bit off the wall, un poco loco, but we'll see how you guys do. The first round, I will be relentless, sin piedad. And the second round, I'm going to be nice and slow down considerably. This is round one. The first one is NORWAY. And the number that goes with that is $95,510. The next one is LUXEMBOURG. And the number that goes with that is $91,200. The next one is SWITZERLAND. And the number that goes with that is $89,450. The next one is IRELAND, and the number is $81,070. And the next one, UNITED space STATES, and the number is 76,370. And the last one is DENMARK, and that number is 73,200. So as you can see, I couldn't even get them on the first go there. I was doing something and I got the wrong number there. I was highlighting. To highlight is, ¿cómo se dice esto? To highlight. Well, with the mouse, you click on it and you highlight something. Destacar? I know highlight is destacar. All right. Well, folks, you've got quite a job ahead of you here. I've just given you some countries, and I've given you their annual income in this country. The annual income of 6 different countries. I've given you the countries and the income. Let's see if anybody can figure it out over here. Going once, going twice. Come on, come on. Somebody's going to get it. I'm sure of it. Come on. Anybody? Wow, guys, it's not often that I stump you. Not often. I mean, I've done it before, but it isn't too often. Going once. Are you sure? Is everybody sure here? All right. Because once I start, then nobody got it in the first round. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is round 2. Oh, hang on 1 second. Hang on 1 second here. It looks like Born to Iron Man is taking a stab at it. And Born to Iron Man, I'll tell you what. See, it's different than the euro. The dollar sign goes first. When we write in English the price, the dollar sign goes before the numbers. But if they're correct, I'll give them to you. But just bear it in mind for the next one, all right? Because that's got to go first. All right, let's take a look and see if Born to Iron Man was able to figure them out. All right, the first one is incorrect. Oops. All right, well, good effort either way, but we got to go back to the drawing board. Let's see, Kubla. Kubla's taking a stab at it. Kubla, the first one is correct. The second one is incorrect. All right, here we go again, my amigos. This is round 2. The first one is NORWAY, and the annual income is $95,510. The next one is LUXEMBOURG, and that is $91,200. The next one is SWITZERLAND, and that one is $89,450. The next one, IRELAND, and then the number's $81,070. The next one is UNITED space STATES, and that one is $76,370. And the next one is DENMARK, and that one is $73,200. All right. Kubla says, censored again? Nope. I just read your comment. But it was wrong, right? The second one was wrong. Nope. You're not sent. Not that I know of. I'm seeing Born to Iron Man and you. So, nice try. Buen intento. Who's censoring? Not today. All right, let's see. Born to Iron Man went back to the drawing board. Let's see if he was able to pull it off this time. Again, don't fret. This is a really tough one. Es muy difícil estas cifras, okay? Hasta para una persona nativa. So, Born to Iron Man, the first one is correct. The second one is also correct. The third one is also correct. The fourth one is correct. The fifth one is correct. And so is the sixth one. Now we're talking. Ahora sí. Now we're talking over there, amigos. So great job. Great job. I also see Laura. Laura looks right as well. Kubla coming back again, trying a second time. Lupe, wow, excellent job. All right. It's really, really tough, man. These are big numbers. I wish Spain was higher on that list. Annual income. And I left out, omiti, I left out the top two. The top two are Monaco. Okay, which Monaco and Bermuda, they have their own. That's why I left them off the list. I started with countries that we can actually trace the money. Que se puede rastrear el dinero, right? So here, annual income in Monaco is $186,080 a year. Esa palabra es muy lógica. Income, que viene para adentro. Luego se va, right? So, Monaco's annual income is $186,080. And I think that it's a tax haven. I could be wrong there. Creo que es un paraíso fiscal. Bermuda is, and the annual income in Bermuda is $125,240. Clean, limpios. You say the same thing. Yeah, there's no income tax in Bermuda, and Monaco I'm not too sure about. I know very little about Monaco. Let's see. Born to Iron Man says, do you have the figures for Spain? Yes. Spain is sandwiched between, y ojo, mira, gran diferencia aquí, eh? It's sandwiched between South Korea and Slovenia. So, in South Korea, the annual salary or income is $35,990. If you round it up, que es estimar hacia arriba, que es realmente lo que se haría en este caso, porque por 10, $36,000 is the annual income in South Korea. In Spain, it drops down to $31,680. That is pathetically low. Yeah. Yeah, $31,680 is the annual average income in Spain. Now, Slovenia, which goes right under us, as I said, we're sandwiched between South Korea and Slovenia. Slovenia is 30,600. And then it's Estonia, Saudi Arabia, Czech. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, we're low on the list there, guys. I got to say. But also, you got to remember this, because one thing is the annual income and another thing is the income tax. So some countries, what your income is, there's a huge difference between your net and your gross. And I'm sure you guys understand those words. Net, evidentemente, es neto, and gross is bruto. También es asqueroso. And I get it. If you see what I take home, you would say it's gross too. All right, folks, we've got to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. We've got so much more to do on today's show. We've got Name That Movie. We've got a double trouble today. So only the strong survive show with no namers. We'll be right back with tons more. So stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name on Vaughn Radio, where you can learn English all day, every day. Just download our free app or tune in wherever you listen to podcasts. And speaking of podcasts, if you haven't listened to last week's episode of FYI on supermarkets, give it a listen. You're going to love it. I think so. And this week, some of you already know it. Some of you may have already listened to it if you're in my community. This week, we're going to look at weapons. Mi arma. I had to. That's right, folks. Weapons coming up next. Every Friday, you got a brand spanking new episode of FYI. You can subscribe wherever you get your Vaughn podcasts. That's iVox, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, which is the most popular one, it seems. Well, wherever, make sure you listen. And you'll learn about a fascinating topic every week while you learn English. And you'll be a well-rounded student. And believe me, weapons, I don't know anything. I don't know the first thing about weapons. But that's why I decided to do the episode. I wanted to learn more about, because I'm a barefoot hippie. Soy un hippie descalzo. I've never, weapons are not my cup of tea. But that made it more of a challenge for me. No, era más reto aún. And speaking of challenges, homophones on the show with no name.
Homophones
the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. 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 Show with no name. Show with no name. The show with no name.
Welcome to the homophones section, where we look at words that tend to be a little bit tricky for my students. Words where I've seen students trip up a little bit, right? To trip or to stumble is tropezarse. And, well, if we can just every day focus on a pair of words, or sometimes we look at more, well, then we can demystify these words that tend to cause problems. Excuse me a second. I've got some phlegm over there. All right. So the first word is conducir. En América Latina es manejar un auto, ¿no? Un carro, un coche, conducir un coche, right? O algo que tiene volante, okay? It's also dirigir o guiar, encaminar, conducir a una persona para que tome tal decisión, por ejemplo. It's also a castrated bull, un cabestro, okay? And anything else? Let's see. Also, I guess, yeah, another one is to supervise or to keep an eye on. So there's your first word. It's got a lot of meanings, and we'll take a look at all those meanings and in context after we look at our second word. The second word is to mix something, okay? Revolver, remover, mezclar, right? It's also una sensación, un movimiento, un revuelo. And if we add it up al final de esto, es hay que causar un revuelo. So, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Those are your two words. We'll see if you know the words. And then I'd like to know if the two words sound exactly the same or not. And here we go with the Say What soundbite for the third time. Please write down what you hear.
It's not me they're coming out to see. It's this character that I play, and I'm very, very flattered that it's gone over as well as it has. Because certainly, like you said, no one expected that it would. But I think it's real good to know that, yeah, you know, a year ago I was shoveling asphalt, and a year from now I could be doing it again.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the guy's soft-spoken but confident. Soft-spoken es que no pega gritos, but there's a confidence in his voice as well. All right, my amigos, that's your Say What soundbite. Let's take a look at our homophones and see if anybody was able to figure out these two words. All right, Kubla is on board. And yes, Kubla, those are the correct words. Good job. And Kubla says they do not sound alike. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Those are the words. So if you can see the words in the group, well, then participate. So the first word is to guide, to be in control of something. We also said to supervise. A lot of times in the corporate world, they have el comité de tal. Well, that's called the comité, no? De supervisar, de ver, de guiar el futuro, right? Also, we said it's cabestro is the first one. Okay, so it's got a couple different meanings. And the second one is, well, if you're having a cup of tea and you add some honey, un poco de miel, o quieres removerlo. So that would be that verb. And it's also revelo o causar un revelo. Okay? And we'll take a look at that, as I said, in a moment. Born to Iron Man, those are the correct words. And Born to Iron Man says they don't sound alike. Laura says the two words, and she's right. And she says they don't sound alike. They aren't homophones. Chris Valrol agrees. Wait, guys, that's the pantheon of show with no namers. Well, I'll tell you what, you are right. That's right. Excellent, excellent stuff there. Now, I will tell you, if you listen to Bob Marley, when he says the second word, he pronounces it like the first word. Little darling, steer it up. Steer, it sounds like he's saying, instead of stir. So I would pronounce that second word stir, right? It rhymes with her, right? So if you can pronounce, es una E-R. Imagínate la segunda palabra como si esa I latina fuera una E. Ahora dilo. Stir. Man, can you stir the paint? It's going to dry. No, la pintura. Can you stir the coffee, please? You can say stir it or stir it up, right? We don't say remove it, though, because remove it is quitarlo. Very, very different there. So let's look at the first word, steer, okay? It's a regular verb. He steered the car, right? And what do you use to steer? A steering wheel, el volante, right? Also to steer, listen to this one. Beth's parents steered her towards a degree in law, ¿no? Estudiar legislación, ¿no? What do you call it? Law. I forget. Derecho, you call it. So to steer somebody is to direct them. Makes sense there. But don't try and steer a steer. Ho, 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 un cabestro. I wouldn't. I would steer clear of a steer. What? To steer clear of something es mantenerse alejado. Piénsalo. Steer clear para que no le des. O sea, alejarte de algo. Evitar a todo coste. Steer clear of a steer. Wow. I didn't even think of these double troubles. See, I'm playing with words, and I didn't even realize that we could play with these words because I didn't think of steer clear of, but sure, there's another one. As I said, in companies, you have the steering committee, and they steer a project, right? To steer around something is similar to steer clear of. We need to steer around this problem, but to steer clear of is avoid. So great, great words, steer. And the second word, as I said, is stir, okay? So, man, that new movie is causing a stir. Un revelo, you say? A stir, a sensation. It's stirring up a lot of, think about this, está removiendo, ¿no? Dando de hablar, right? So, stir is the second word. Steer is the first word. They don't sound alike unless you're Bob Marley. Little darling, steer it up. Remuévelo, haz algo nuevo. Stir it up. And Laura says, steer clear of the closing doors in the subway. Yeah, almost, casi. Yes, steer clear. It's the word they say in New York, stand clear of the closing doors, please. Wow, Laura, what a great memory you've got there. All right, folks, we'll finish up the spelling bee really quickly. As I said, the dollar sign goes first. There's a comma where you put a decimal point and vice versa. And I thought it was interesting that if you look at Norway, I'll give you some things that stood out from this study. So number one was Norway, we said, not counting Monaco or Bermuda. And Norway, the annual income was $95,510. Let's round it down to $95,500. Okay? $95,500. Now, take-home wage. Wage is another way of saying salary. Take-home wage from that is $72,697. So around $73,000 out of $95,000. That's a big chunk of cash. All right, well, in Luxembourg, you might earn a little bit less, $4,000 less on average. So in Luxembourg, you can earn $91,200 annually, but your take-home wage, your gross wage, is almost 10,000 euros higher than Norway's. So their take-home pay is $83,318 compared to Norway's $72,697. So everything is in context too, because it's how much are you being taxed? And some countries are infamous for taxing people. Now, here's one. You ready for this one? Switzerland. Oh, this is crazy. So, in Switzerland, the annual income is $89,450. The gross annual wage is $98,177 more. So that means people have a lot of side projects, I guess. Ireland, they get taxed out of their 81,000. They're getting taxed about 20,000 of that every year. United States, about 2,000 every year. Denmark, you're making money. Look, Denmark, annual income, 73,200. Gross annual wage, 73,540. So quite interesting to see how everything is relative. All right, amigos, we've got right now. It's time for Name That Movie.
Name that movie.
That's right, amigos. That's right. It's Name That Movie only on the show with no name. And a nice round of applause for your buddy Kubla. He got today's Say What soundbite. Nice job. And we still have one listen left. All right. Well, my amigos, here we go with today's Name That Movie. As always, what I'm going to do is just give you a little synopsis, and then we'll take a look at a scene. A teenager becomes a major competitor in the world of drift racing after moving in with his father in Tokyo to avoid a jail sentence in America. Whoa. Wow. Sounds like a fugitive on the run here, huh? Somebody's on the run. Okay. And drift racing, I just looked it up. I didn't know what it was myself. It is driving very close to other cars, like squeezing into small spaces. You know, the risk element. It's racing, but stupidly. So a teenager becomes a major competitor in the world of drift racing. And to drift es ir a la deriva, dejarse llevar, right? After moving in with his father, después de entrar y vivir con su padre. In Tokyo, ahí hay una gran pista. And by the way, there's an FYI episode on Tokyo. If you haven't listened to it, I give you some firsthand tips and experience about this awesome city. So after moving in with his father in Tokyo to avoid or to steer clear of a jail sentence in America. And folks, we've got a winner. Give it up for Chris Val Roll. Nice job. Nice job, Chris. You just crossed the finish line. Just be careful. I know in Spanish you spell Tokyo con una I latina. Para nosotros is Tokyo con Y, right? So it is the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. And Kubla got it as well. Nice job to Chris and Kubla. It is Tokyo Drift, which is from the Fast and Furious franchise. This one came out in the year 2006. I have to say I've only seen 2 or 3 of these movies. It's like when there are a lot of when there's a lot of like shootouts in a movie and there are people shooting each other. I lose track. Pierdo quién está disparando. I can't. Too many cars. I get lost. I'm serious. So this is just one of the many Fast and Furious. Remember, no es Furious in English. It's Fast and Furious movies. And this one, as I said, 2006, Tokyo Drift, directed by Justin Lin, and he directed a lot of the other ones as well. What can I tell you about this one that's different than the rest? Well, Paul Walker, we know the deceased, el difunto, Paul Walker, wasn't asked to return because the studio felt he was too old. Paul Walker. I guarantee they were kicking themselves after. They're like, man, I mean, too old. What is this, soccer? ¿Qué es fútbol? Cuando 32 ya te pasas de rosca. So the first draft of the script, right, featured Vin Diesel's character, Dominic Toretto. But this is the only Fast and Furious film not to star Paul Walker. Obviously, prior to his death. He's not in the ones after, unless you know something I don't. So the film was made in Los Angeles. It wasn't made in Tokyo, but they used 600 Asian extras for the street scenes. And the good news is you'll find a huge Asian population in California and many actors as well. So I imagine it wasn't too difficult to recreate Tokyo on a Los Angeles street. You change the signs, you get all Asian people as your background actors, and you're ready to rock. But I guess Paul Walker cursed this movie. Le dio una maldición. I mean, I don't know. But this was the lowest grossing film in the series. Ya hemos visto la palabra gross, bruto, que ha ingresado. The lowest grossing film in the series. Let's take a look at the scene. Twinkie, which is one of my favorite desserts, by the way. Twinkie, it's a Pantera Rosa without the pink stuff. Yeah. There's like a spongy, oh man, I love Twinkies. Send Twinkies. Guys, if I ever get kidnapped, send Twinkies. Yeah, that's what I need. Send water. Send help. So Twinkie says, you know that famous painting? Ese cuadro famoso? You know that famous painting? The one with the woman smiling all the time? Donde está sonriendo todo el rato. And Sean says, the Mona Lisa? Now, I know in French, they call it La Joconde. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly, but I remember being at the Louvre many times, and they call it La Joconde. La Joconde. Well, in English, we call it the Mona Lisa. And so he says, yeah, the Mona Lisa? And Twinkie says, yeah, right. The Mona Lisa. Well, look, man. Mira, hombre. This car right here is like the Mona Lisa of the drift world. Okay? En este mundillo de hacer carreras por las calles. Han rebuilt this bad boy from the ground up. Now, let's take a look. Let's unpack that sentence. Han is the character. Rebuilt, reconstruyó. This bad boy, esta pieza, este animal. So when you say, look at that bad boy. No está hablando de un chico malo. Man, look at that bad boy. That means esa máquina, esa pieza. And so Han rebuilt this bad boy from the ground up. Desde la tierra hasta arriba, desde cero, from the ground up. He says, we are talking, estamos hablando forged pistons. And forged is forjado, that's an easy one. And a piston is a part of a car. Pistón o el émbolo, right? Pistón o émbolo, it says here. The Detroit Pistons, right? So we're talking forged pistons, bigger turbo, new rise. I don't even know what new rise means. Maybe they lifted it. Crankshaft. This is a part of a car, pero no sé cómo se dice en español. The crankshaft. A ver, ¿cómo lo llaman? El cigüeñal, part of the engine, the crankshaft. And he goes, hey, man, Han's labor ain't cheap. You feel me? Su mano de obra no es barata. ¿Me entiendes? ¿Me pillas? You feel me? No es me tocas, right? En este caso. You feel me? His labor ain't cheap. Ain't this isn't. And Sean says, Well, if I needed a 30-second lesson on how to drift, hacer este tipo de carrera, and Twinkie cuts him off, le interrumpe. Twinkie cuts him off and says, all right, look, man, there's lots of ways you can do this, all right? Mira, hombre, hay muchas formas de que puedes hacer esto, ¿bien? He said, hand braking is the easiest. And I guess that makes sense because you call it freno de mano, right? So a hand brake. So haciéndolo con freno de mano, frenando con, so because the brake es el freno, pero también es el verbo. He braked. He hit the brakes. You can also say to hit the brakes. So he's saying, again, this is not my territory here, but I know, at least I know that. Hand braking is the easiest. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to rip that e-brake, all right? Rip it. Tira de ello. And e-brake is emergency brake, the e-brake. ¿Ves? Hasta ahí llego. After you rip that e-brake, then I want you to power over. O sea, quiero que cambies y lo pones a poder a tope. We say full speed ahead or full steam ahead. And then Sean looks puzzled. La palabra puzzle con una D, puzzled, is confuso, right? Sean looks puzzled about the power over. He doesn't get his strategy. And then Twinkie says, you know what? Just don't mess up Mona, all right? No la cagues con Mona. Bien? Don't mess up. No la cagues, no la estroces. Don't mess her up. And we looked at that word the other day. We were talking about messing around. You messed up. Next Friday, we're going to look at some of your biggest mess-ups, faux pas, mess-ups or screw-ups in English, which, by the way, you've got some extra time, but don't wait. Don't put it off until the last minute, because then you know what happens. You run out of time, kind of like on this show. Folks, we've got to head to, I can't believe it, our last commercial break. When we come back, we've got a double trouble. We've got jokes. We've got to listen to the Say What soundbite. We've got famous birthdays. We've got Name That Lyric. We've also got to solve the Say What soundbite. And who knows, whatever else may come up. But I can guarantee it's going to be tons of fun, my amigos. We are too fast, too furious. All right. We'll be right back, amigos. Stick around. Hey, amigos. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. We are rocking and rolling here. All right. So much to do here on today's show, and we've done so much too. We've taken a look at numbers, some big numbers. Great job to all of you. Keep up the great work. And remember to stay tuned after today's show, and you can listen to the lovely Ximena Holiday in her program, Test Your English. You won't regret it. And you can pick up the book, Test Your English, over at the Von Tienda, vontienda.com. Or if you live in Bilbao, Valladolid, Zaragoza, Barcelona, Valencia, Santander, Vigo, and Madrid, stop by. We'd love to meet you in person. But if you can't, you can always stop by our website, grupovon.com. Also, follow us on social media. We're everywhere. LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it. YouTube. Oh, yeah. It's Grupo Von, and this is Von Radio, my amigos. So much to do, so let's kick off with Double Trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble. That's right, amigos. It's Double Trouble only on the show with no name. And let's see what we've got. This isn't your typical Double Trouble today. Why? Because today you've got to use the same word twice. So we're doing two pairs of words, two sets of words today, and we'll see if you guys can figure it out. Here we go. Good luck. Se supone que esto es un toma y daca. ¿Una toma y daca? That's a good question. Bueno, you guys can teach me. Me estás tomando por sentado o infravalorando. Me doy por vencido, me rindo. So, se supone que esto es un toma y daca o una toma y daca. Forgive me for not knowing my genders. Me estás tomando por sentado o infravalorando, ¿no? Creyendo que siempre voy a estar aquí. Me doy por vencido o me rindo, lo que viene siendo. All right? So, you've got to use two sets of words. I know it ups the ante, que pone más en juego, but I also know that you guys shouldn't have too much difficulty with it. Also, here's today's Say What soundbite for the fourth time. Hopefully a couple other people will be able to figure it out, and we will check out who it is in a little bit. And I got to say something. I love this dude. Este tío me flipa. He's awesome. All right, here we go.
It's not me they're coming out to see. It's this character that I play, and I'm very, very flattered that it's gone over as well as it has. Because certainly, like you said, no one expected that it would. But I think it's real good to know that, a year ago I was shoveling asphalt, and a year from now I could be doing it again.
All right, there you go, my amigos. There you go. That is the last listen of the Say What soundbite. We'll take a look at who the person is, what they're saying, and all that jazz in just a little bit. We've got Chris participating in the Say What soundbite, and she says, this is supposed to be a give and take. Chris, so far, so good. Hasta ahora, perfect. This is supposed to be a give and take. The next part, you're taking me for granted. Excellent. And the last part, I give up. Ladies and gentlemen, you know who doesn't give up ever? Chris Val. Roll! Wow! That was not only accurate, preciso, but it was also fast as well. Chris, perfect job there. So this is supposed to be a give and take. Tiene sentido, a give and take. You're taking me for granted. To take something or someone for granted is to think they're going to be there all the time. And then when they're not there, you realize. Reminds me of one of my favorite songs. I don't know if you guys know the 80s band Cinderella. It defines this concept of taking something for granted. Don't know what you got till it's gone. I never know what it is. It's a beautiful song. If you haven't heard it, man, Cinderella is the group, and the song is called Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone. Hasta que ya no lo tengas. And it's so true. I remember listening to the song as a kid, and I'm like, oh, yeah. And, the first time it happened, one of the first times I can remember it happened, taking something or someone for granted, was teachers. I remember having the most amazing second grade teacher a kid could ask for. She was awesome. And I was like, yes, Mrs. Lyon, she's the greatest. But I was good in class and all of that jazz. But then the next year, I had a teacher that she wasn't bad, but it was a totally different ball game, como decimos, harina de otro costal. And I realized, man, if I had realized this, maybe I wouldn't have taken her maybe I would have appreciated the moments more with that teacher, because this year I'm sitting here like, oh man, I want Miss Lyon back. Also, she was quite attractive. So maybe that had something to do with it. Hey, young boy, hormones, what am I supposed to do? Let's take a look over here. Laura's also taking a stab at it. Laura says, this is supposed to be a give and take. You're taking me for granted. I give in. Well, similar. Let's just look at the nuances. So to give in is to surrender. Okay, rendir. So similar, ceder. I gave in. Okay, to give in and to give up. To give up is to say I can't do it anymore. To give in is to say, look, same idea, just a little bit different there, but great. We'll take it. Beautiful. Kubla, this is supposed to be a give and take. You take me for granted, and I give up. All right. Don't know what you got till it's gone. Never know what I did that was so wrong. Maybe it's singing. All right, well, I'll switch. Let's tell some jokes.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, what did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch. Ouch. You get it? Ouch. He walked into the bar.
You're joking. All right, my amigos. All right, let's take a look at today's jokes and see if you guys get them here. As always, there's usually a theme going on. Today, we'll take a look at some car jokes. If you haven't heard the FYI episodes on cars, give them a listen. As I said, we've got tons of episodes now. We'll be starting our 6th season of FYI in November. 6th season. That's 30 episodes. No, perdona. 60 episodes per season. 30 that are available to the general public. 60 if you're in my community, like lovely Laura. All right, so here we go, my amigos. What's the best part of Audi's customer service? Audi, the car maker. What is the best part of Audi's customer service? They answer within 4 rings. No. They answer within 4 rings. Audi. Well, think of the symbol, the logo. What is it? It's 4 rings. Cuatro anillos, right? It's not the Olympic ones, like, right? But 4 rings. That's their symbol. They answer within 4 rings. Contestan entre dos, 4 veces que suena el teléfono. In 4 rings. Okay. Well, just so you know, give me a ring. Dame un toque. También give me a ring es dame un anillo. Context is key. So the best part of Audi. I said Audi. The best part of Audi's customer service is they answer within 4 rings. And folks, I was going to tell a few more jokes, but I'm Audi 5000. No. Did you get that? That's a totally native one there. Audi 5000. Es una marca, es un modelo, right? Audi, el Audi 5000, I guess. Well, in the United States, when we say I'm leaving, a lot of times we say I'm out of here. Me pido, vampiro. I'm out of here. Okay. But out of, we say outa. Okay. And then so I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here. Me voy. And then we cut it down to I'm outie. Instead of I'm out of here, I'm outie. O-U-T-T-I-E. Like out. I'm outie. And then we change, I'm Audi 5000. Y bueno, ahí es me pido. I'm Audi 5000 means me pido. But don't worry, I'm not. I just wanted to teach you that. What is a kitten's favorite car? A kitten's favorite car. De una gatita. You don't know? A Cadillac. A Cadillac? Okay. Not the funniest joke, but as you see then, we don't really pronounce that D like a D. It's Cadillac, like catalyst or catalytic converter, que creo que es algo en el coche. So a kitten's favorite car, Cadillac. Oh, man, we used to have Cadillacs. My grandparents and my parents, we had Cadillacs. But I remember Cadillacs, at least back then, they were gas guzzlers. What? Well, to guzzle is glug, 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 glug. And gas is petróleo. What does that mean? That means that they didn't get good mileage. Again, I don't know about the brand now, but I do know that, man. Now, they were huge. When you were in there, you felt like you were riding on a yacht, you know, comfy leather seats, right? I don't know. At one point, Cadillac was the king. And now I don't know if they're as popular. Also, you have so many options now. All right, well, here's your next one. Why did the washing machine schedule a test drive? Okay, why did the washing machine, la lavadora, not to be confused with the dishwasher lavavajillas, the washing machine. Oh, that reminds me. I got to do laundry. Tengo que hacer una colada. Why did the washing machine schedule a test drive? And a test drive, before you buy a car, you want to test drive it. You want to take it out for a test drive. And normally at a dealership, they'll go with you and you can take it for a test drive. So why did the washing machine schedule a test drive? Because he wanted to go for a spin. No. To go for a spin? Well, one of the cycles on a washing machine is the spin cycle, right? Centrifuge, you say, right? When it starts to spin, dar revoluciones. But also to go for a spin is dar un paseo. Piensa lo que pasa con las ruedas. They spin. You want to go for a spin? Es una forma. ¿Quieres dar un paseo en coche? He wanted to go for a spin. Okay. All right. Last one. What should you double check when buying an electric car or an EV, as they call them now, electric vehicles? What should you double check? Revisar y bien revisado. Because to check es revisar. To double check es mira y mira otra vez. Como con el pasaporte cuando te vas de viaje. O la cartera. That's, when you leave the house with the keys, that's a double check. You don't just check it once. You double check. Es frase de padres, eh? Did you check? Did you double check? Yeah, it's in my backpack. So what should you double check when buying an electric vehicle? That your driving license is current. Well, first I said it British. Americans say driver's license. And the British people say driving license. Whichever one. But you get it? What should you double check when buying an electric car? That your driver's license is current. Una corriente. Current, actual. All right, folks. Well, don't forget to tip your waiters. Es algo que se dice en los clubs de comedia. No os olvidéis de dar una propina a los camareros. A nice hand for everybody here. And I am Audi 5000.
Famous birthdays for you. Famous birthdays for me. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Birthdays for him. Famous birthdays for her. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It's famous birthdays only on the show with no name. And let's take a look and see what we've got for our famous birthdays. The first person's last name is Pasillo o Sala. Hey, that's good. You can learn from somebody's last name. Pasillo o Sala. And he performed with a guy named Avena. Yeah. Bueno, con una E de más. Avena con una E de más. All right. They were their last names. No es que le gustaba la avena y los pasillos. And these guys were, well, one of them is celebrating a birthday today, but he was part of a duo, and they were huge between 1974 and 1991. They put out hit after hit. Rich Girl, Kiss on My List, Private Eyes, Man Eater. You know that one? Oh, here she comes. She's a man eater. Oh, here she comes. Aquí vienes un come hombres. Whoa. She's gone. Out of touch. Esa es muy. You're out of touch. I'm out of time. No, 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 no. So really cool, like 80s pop. And I've got to say, their songs have stood the test of time. Because if you listen to them now, they're still really cool. There's some saxophone in there, some guitar. So it's definitely from the 80s, but it doesn't feel dated. You get what I'm saying? No parece anticuado. It's still music like David Bowie. You put on David Bowie and they're like, that was made in the 70s. Doesn't matter. It's timeless. And I think these guys, I'm not putting them in the same category, but their songs have a certain timelessness, especially some of the big hits. And number two, this guy was born in 1971, an American film director, Taiwanese born, though. So he got his American citizenship later on. He's known for Better Luck Tomorrow, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, Star Trek Beyond, the second season of True Detective, and, well, many other movies as well. Annapolis, which also, that one starred James Franco, Tyrese Gibson, Donnie Wahlberg. So, but the film didn't do very well. It cost $26 million to make, and it grossed, hemos visto esta palabra mucho hoy, $17 million worldwide. And this next person, you could say no le conoce ni perri, but I think everybody knows who he is. And his last name I just said. And he was in 90210, The Sideburns, The Hunk, El Buenorro, The Rebel. He played Dylan McKay. ¿Y cuántos chavales se llaman Dylan ahora por ese show, por ese tío, right? But he's been in so many things. I mean, that was the thing that made everybody know his name or made him a household name. And he was born today in Mansfield, Ohio. And he died young, a massive stroke in Los Angeles. And then he had a second stroke as well. So really bad luck for such a young, amazing, talented actor. And ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Chris Valrol. Number one, Daryl Hall. And the group is Daryl Hall and John Oates. Hall and Oates, they're called, if you want to hear some of their songs. Number two, director Justin Lin. And number three, the one and only Luke Perry. And listen to how humble he is. Like they're asking him, they're saying, man, is it crazy having all this attention? Everybody loves you. You're on the cover of every magazine. And he was so humble, being from Ohio, growing up in Pennsylvania, in mine territory, en tiempo de las minas, en campo de las minas. No en un campo de minas, not a minefield, but a place where there are many mines. And he says he's so aware, consciente. He's a young guy. And he says, it's not me they're coming out to see. No soy yo a quien vienen a ver. It's that character I play. It's, Dylan McKay. He goes, and I'm very flattered. Estoy muy halagado that it's gone over, que ha ido. It's gone over as well as it has, tan bien como ha ido. Because certainly, like you said, no one expected that it would. Nadie esperaba que iba a ser tan exitoso este programa. You call it Sensación de Vivir. We call it Beverly Hills 90210. And then he says, I think it's good to know, creo que es bueno acordar, saber, that a year ago I was shoveling asphalt. Estaba, ¿sabes? Con una pala echando asfalto. And a year from now, I could be doing it again. That's what I call humility. Here's birthday boy Luke Perry.
It's not me they're coming out to see. It's this character that I play, and I'm very, very flattered that it's gone over as well as it has. Because certainly, like you said, no one expected that it would. But I think it's real good to know that, a year ago I was shoveling asphalt, and a year from now I could be doing it again.
Hi, hello, Alberto. I think the song is. No? Sorry, bye.
Name the lyric, name the lyric, name the lyric, name the lyric only on the show with no name. The show with no name, the show with no name. Name the lyric only on the show with no name. The show with no name, the show with no name. It's name the lyric only on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It's Name That Lyric, and wonderful job to each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tomorrow we don't have a live show, but there will be a podcast, so they'll be playing an episode for you. Friday we do have a brand spanking new show coming out, so don't miss Friday's show. And that's it, guys. Enjoy your day off tomorrow. If you're lucky enough to have the day off, don't take it for granted. Mirando una expresión que vimos antes. Don't take anything for granted. And that's why I always like to thank you guys every day. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. You inspire me. Many of you inspire me to want to enrich myself and be as motivated, as driven as you guys are. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and keep it up. And in fact, I'm going to dedicate this song to you. It's called Never Surrender. Never Surrender. And it goes like this. You can look for it on, easier. Google it. Never Surrender. Don't Give Up, que lo vimos hoy, by Triumph. Out in the streets, inspiration comes hard. Por las calles, en la vida, quiere decir. Cuando estás por ahí, la inspiración no viene fácil. The Joker in the deck keeps handing me his card. El Joker en la baraja me sigue dando su tarjeta, su carta. Smiling friendly, he takes me in, me absorbe. Then breaks my back in a game I can't win, que siempre puede conmigo, viene a decir. Jiving. Jiving is a way of saying dance, and it's very 70s. Hustling. Hustling es siendo un buscavidas. What's it all about? ¿De qué va todo esto? Everybody always wants the easy way out. Todo el mundo quiere la salida fácil. 30 golden pieces for the Judas kiss, el beso de Judas. What's a nice boy doing in a place like this? ¿Qué hace un chico tan majo como tú en un sitio como este? And here's the part I dedicate to you guys. Never surrender. O sea, don't give up. Keep your dreams alive. Never surrender. Hold your head up high. Levanta esa cabecita. Thanks, folks. We'll be back tomorrow with more. It's been a pleasure. Ciao for now.